Monday the 26th of August at 7:36 a.m. and look at the weather forecast for this week. We've already had a little bit of a taster of it the past few days, but this week is looking banging. Do you see that? Friday 28 degrees and like this weekend 24 degrees and sunny. There is no rain on the radar anytime soon. And it technically is still winter here in summer in Sydney, but it really doesn't feel like it. Like that shift in the air has already come. Like the air smells different and everyone is just getting ready for summer, or at least I am. I'm like fully pretending it is summer. So I thought I would pick up the camera because I've uploaded now all the videos that I have made, but I thought we'd have a fun little summer week in August. All those summer songs like about August being the end of summer and stuff, well, it's the start of our summer, it feels like here, because it is so freaking warm in Sydney. Now I'm hoping this doesn't jinx it, but come along for the ride. I've made a list of fun like summer activities that I want to get done this week that I'm going to fit in between work, and we're going to have a good time. This might make a few vlogs, I'm thinking, because I have a lot that I want to do, but let's get into it. This is my first Woolies fail. Time is it, pull up time. See, I can smell the summer in the air. Life is good. It's only August. Oh, loving it. Oh, oh no. I may have bailed on working out multiple times in the past week, and that's definitely just shown in that attempt there. I don't want to go to the gym. I just want to be a summer girly and go to the beach. This means I get to look through all my summer clothes and it's really overwhelming because I've been wearing just like boring winter clothes. I only get to pick one. I mean, this is pretty banging. Oh, I've got like all my fun summer tops. I'm not sure if like I'll probably need a jacket to start the day off with though. I am so excited for summer. This, guys, is my favorite top ever. It's the cutest. I realize I do that face a lot, so I apologize. Like, you know when you forget all your summer clothes over the winter and then you get to rediscover them? I'm dressed. I went super basic. The other thing important on summer days, sunscreen. I mean, in Australia, I know we should do it every day, but in the winter I've been like checking the UV and like a lot of the time it's been like under 3 most days, so it's not been too bad. But today we're going to sunscreen because even just the smell of sunscreen just gives summer, so we want it all. We want all the summer vibes. And I always find sunscreen makes me look like paler, so I will then a lot of the times pop on a tinted powder, and then if I'm feeling a little bit spicy, I don't know if spicy is the word actually, I will also just pop on a little bit of blush just for a little colour. Just like that, I'm ready for the day. I have just noticed my bag here, so I will give you the final update because it's finished, which is so exciting. So this is my finished quilted bag, everybody. I finally finished it, well, with a lot of help from my cousin. But if you want to see it, it's just like a really big bag. The vibe is like oversized beach bag, or like if I was going over to someone's place, I could just fill this bad boy up. This is how it's turned out. If you want to see some of the details, this is all the quilted lines. My cousin was super handy and she actually helped, well, she did this top bit, which is where we sort of also closed it in after we pulled it through. These are the straps, which is so fun. It's like that. We've got a little pocket here, and we've got like my drink bottle holder in here to slide into. Just imagine how summery and fun is that. I do have fabric left, so I'm thinking of making matching like pouches in the same material, also quilted, but I thought I'd just put my sewing era to rest for a little bit so that I don't overdo it, because I'm sure it's going to come back around, and when it comes back around we'll get onto that project next. As for new hobbies though, this one I actually haven't told anyone, but it's been in the back of my mind. I kind of want to get into making like relishes and chutneys for the summer. I want to learn how to make a really nice tomato relish and an onion, caramelized onion chutney. So if you'd like to see that, let me know. I'm probably going to do it anyway. I think that's the next hobby. In some more exciting news, the moves on booking my Disney World trip have begun. I'm pretty sure the flights that I'm going to buy, I'm just keeping an eye on them for the next few days to see if anything changes. So it's going to be very official soon. Em's just sent me through accommodation ideas. Now, you might know we've been wanting to do a cruise. The initial cruise that I'd been looking at was over Halloween weekend, and so she's not going to be able to get that time off. But we're going to have a little research now to see if we can find any like maybe shorter cruises, but also ones that aren't over the Halloween weekend, so that she can put them to her leaders to be like, please let us go on a cruise. So I'm going to just do some research now on Royal Caribbean site, and we're going to see what we can make work. Royal Caribbean. I'm so excited about this. I talked to everyone at Virgin about how much I love cruising and anything they can tell me about Royal Caribbean. We are going on a little bit of an adventure because I made a list of the things that I want to do while it's summery, and one of the things is also low-key a winter task. Like, it was on my winter bucket list of things I wanted to do, and it's something I've wanted for years. I'm trying to keep it all mysterious. Something I've wanted for so long, but I've just like always put it off. Now that this warm weather has come, it's like another winter has passed, and I'm not sure if you guys get the reels, but it's the reel that's like, if you're lucky, you only get 75 summers, 75 winters, 75 springs, etc. And like, I just felt like the winter's passed. I've lost another winter, or not lost it, but like it's gone by. I think it's just time to bite the bullet and make this purchase for future Shell. So we are going to the place where lowest prices are just the beginning. This is one of Tali's new Zumba songs as well. Oh my gosh, I should give you that update. Okay, I had coffee with Tali, everyone, last week, actually exactly a week ago now, sort of discussing. So Tali is my Zumba instructor. She is like the coolest person ever. I have like always wanted to be her ever since I started Zumba. I think she's the best. Anyways, I've been doing her classes for years, and she was like low-key the one that inspired me to like do my own Cert 3 and become a Zumba instructor. Anyway, she very sadly has injured her knee, and she's like a bit worried about it getting aggravated by her doing classes again. So I'm always at her classes, and we sort of came to the conclusion that like I could be her backup, like if she ever needs to like take a break. And she messaged me last week saying she talked to some of the other Zumba ladies about that, about like her idea, and apparently they were so supportive and thought it was such a good idea, and like they were saying like I would be so good for the job, and it literally made me feel so good. Like, I was a bit worried because like Tali is top tier in my brain, and like the fact that they're willing to give me a shot just made me feel so special, and like things couldn't have worked out better. Like, I couldn't have even thought this up as being a way for things to work out. And like obviously I'm so bummed that Tali's injured, but like I've always wanted to be a Zumba instructor, but getting to the opportunity to do Tali's dances with all my Zumba friends that like I've known for years in like such a supportive environment, like I never would have dreamed of this happening. And there you go, it's all working out. Are you guys ready to see my new child? There were two that I was tossing up between, and I thought I was going to get the other one, but when I came in and saw the size of this one, I thought this one was going to actually be really small, and that's why I looked at the next one, which was bigger. But this was actually a decent size, so I ended up getting the cheaper one. But look at like the shadow, that's so cool, and I'm imagining that will look cool when like the fire's glowing out of it. There was also one that was just like plain black, but I liked this better. Yeah, no one tell my dad that it's here, because he's going to be annoyed that I've bought more junk, but it's going to be worth it for the experience. It's going to bring me so much joy, but that's going to be for another day. Probably see it in the next vlog. Now I know this is quite the look for me, but I'm going to keep the hat and sunnies on because I am actually cooking here and I wouldn't be able to see anything here if it wasn't for this get up. Introduction to the next segment. We're going to be hopping into the kitchen cooking, but I can hear noise coming from there at the moment, so I might discuss it now and then we'll head in. I've had an obsession breakfast of porridge for like most of winter, but I've gotten to the point where I'm kind of over it and I've been sort of struggling to work out what to have for breakfast a lot of these days, and now that it's been like warmer, I don't want to have porridge because porridge to me is a winter breakfast. And look, it is like the furthest thing from winter. I'm actually too hot. I'm about to go inside because I've been too hot sitting here. I've got 2 open shifts at the gym the next 2 days, so that's like a 5 a.m. start, and what I normally do is I'll make breakfast and then eat it at like 9 o'clock on my break. And so what I thought I would try and make is my own sort of like sausage McMuffin, but also on the bagels, although the bagels were moldy, so we're gonna work that out. I'm also gonna make lunch because I've got work now at 11:15 and it is 10:10, so I really do need to get cooking now. So my meat has been well and truly cooked. I'm now frying up a little bit of the meat up with some Brussels sprouts, onion, spinach and kale, as well as some mushrooms. Here's the final product. My egg's looking a little bit rough. I've got to leave for work in 15. Raise your hand if you lost track of time and are now running late for work. Guys, it is cooking. I'm actually sweating. I've got the aircon pumping. It is so warm and I'm living for it. Yeah, I always underestimate how much time I need before work or like what I'm doing. Firstly, I don't give myself enough time to eat, and I want to try and eat slower as well, so I should schedule in more than enough time. There's also all these dragonflies out. That's the 3rd dragonfly I've just seen today. This guy's out there running, living his best life. I also finished Outer Banks last night. Yes, I know I am so late to the party, but that's like me with everything, to be honest. Yeah, and so that's all like summer vibes too. I can't believe I slept on it for so long. I knew people loved it and I had tried it. I'd watched the first 2 episodes and like hadn't gotten into it, and then I started watching it again literally, I want to say 3 weeks ago, and I've been hooked ever since. And then I finally finished it last night, which is very exciting. I also haven't had time to do my hair. I normally like to make it look somewhat cute for the gym, because hear me out. I like to view the gym as sort of like a cruise ship, in the sense that on a cruise ship you always like to hop on, right, and find, maybe it's like the cute sports staff, right, someone to have a little bit of a crush on, that's like makes it exciting to go around and be like, oh, maybe I'll see them today. And I feel like gyms need to have those people as well, so I'm just doing my part when I try to look a bit cute for my shifts, so like if someone needs a bit of motivation to come to the gym. Maybe that's just a girl brain thing and maybe it's the guys that need to look cute, but it's logical in my head. You always like to have someone cute to look forward to seeing. Even if you don't know who they are, you can just be a bit delulu about it. So in this household, you have to hide chocolate if you want to eat it yourself, because if my dad finds it, he will eat the entire thing with no control, which honestly we used to ridicule. My mum has started buying raw cookie dough though, and that is my kryptonite. So if you put it in the fridge, I'm gonna eat it. I am gonna eat it, and I don't care if it's taking years off my life. It's the same with Daffinois. Like, I just ate so much Daffinois just then, and it brought me so much joy. So here you might see a brush, a massage gun, my, what is it called? Suspension trainer. Why is it in the lounge room, you may ask? Oh. My period has just come, and for this past week, I have absolutely been devouring junk food. I'm hoping to get back on track with that and my eating very soon, perhaps with this summer reset. It is Monday night, and we have a history of running on Monday night, but no one has put anything in the group chat. And while I do love you dearly, I could also very easily not run. Decided I'm not going to be the one to say anything. We might have to pass on my BNP date for a hot date with you guys, even though anyone watching this is welcome to join BNP and is probably already a BNPer. Hello and welcome to the next installment of Michelle's book club. I think actually it was the first vlog that I did back, I'm pretty sure, that I talked to you guys about books last. I think the last one I mentioned starting in that was The Burnout by Sophie Kinsella. I unfortunately did not finish that in time, and it did have to be returned to the library. I did also just have a book out called All My Love, which I also did not finish. Both were rom-coms. I was actually really enjoying the Sophie Kinsella one, so I do intend on borrowing that one again, but I need to get out of my reading slump at the moment. So I ordered 3 books from the library, which I picked up yesterday, but I did start one of them yesterday, so I want to talk about that. I got this book called The 5 People You Meet in Heaven, which is by Mitch Albom, and I think I might have mentioned talking about Tuesdays with Maury in that first vlog back. This is the same author, and so when I talked to my friend Lucy about liking Tuesdays with Maury, she was like, you have to read this one too. So I started it last night, and we've already made quite a dent. It is very much a similar idea. It's like about this concept of heaven where you meet 5 people that had an impact on your life, or you had an impact on theirs. So I'm interested to see like what the lessons are there, but there was already something I wanted to take a photo of. Ah yes, he said, fairness does not govern life and death. If it did, no good person would ever die young. And I was like, that is so true. Anyways, I am finding this one super interesting. There was also, when he meets the 5 different people, he goes back to the age that he was when he met those people. And so he obviously died as an older man, the character. And the first person he goes back to is someone when he's a kid, and he was like saying how like he felt like how he couldn't remember ever feeling like no pain like you do when you are young. And I thought that was like such an important thing to like think about, because like we definitely do like take for granted our health. As soon as he felt like he did when he was a kid, he just started running and like putting his arms out like that. And you almost think like how cool it is that our bodies at the moment are capable of doing that, and it would be so silly to waste it just like sat in a chair at home or watching TV scrolling, when our bodies are so capable of such great things that it's not always going to be able to do. I've definitely taken that lesson from this book already, just to like appreciate my health at the current moment, because I'm never going to be as young as I am today. I am so grateful that I have no aches and pains to complain about at this age, and I'm going to be living each day, making the most of that. I have now decided, and you guys should as well. So I will report back on this, because I think I am going to get through this one pretty quickly. I then also ordered Lord of the Flies, because I feel like everyone reads this in school, but it was never one of my assigned books, so I want to see what it's all about. I feel like it's a classic that I should have read, so I bought that, or not bought it, ordered that from the library. I got Matthew McConaughey's book Green Lights. I've heard excerpts from it and I think I might have listened to like part of the audiobook, but I do know it had like some lessons and stuff in it that I really liked and resonated with, and so I just wanted to see all of it and what it was all about. Those are my 3 books that are hopefully going to get me out of my reading slump. As you've seen, it's going to be warm tomorrow, so I am anticipating wanting to go to the beach after work. So I am going to pack a beach bag. Food. Oh my gosh, I made my breakfast sandwiches, which I will show you on my... They're meant to be McMuffin dupes, but then they're also on bagels, but then the bagels are moldy, so I had to cut off the moldy bits, so they're looking a bit rough, but I think they're going to taste banging. I will show you how they turned out. They look pretty good. I made 1.5, but I think there's going to be a lot. We're gonna go to the beach, eat, let's go get away. They say what they're gonna say. I will literally never take this top off. I'm sorry. I plan on making a new piece of merch, I think, every single year now, and I'm not sorry about it. Duh. If you didn't know, I went on a Disney cruise. It was the best time of my freaking life. It's where I peaked. And I like to let everyone know with this hat. 5:15 a.m.
I'll be thinking of you, but I won't really. I'll hear you when you slam the door.